Pave potatoes, 1,000-layer potato. It's not really 1,000 layers though, is it? 15-hour potato. No, what do you eat an hour later? They're not 15-hour potatoes. Let's just make them. So what do we need? We need potatoes, obvious one. We need some garlic. We need some salt. We need some double cream, and we need some milk. First thing is, let's get the milk into a pan. Just use a saucepan. I use a shallow saute pan just so you guys can see better. And the cream into the pan. Then we'll just get that on the heat. Then the garlic cloves, all I'm going to do is just squish them. I'm not going to chop them or grate them this time, but just squish them. Chuck them in the pan. And all we're going to do is just simmer this milk for around about 15-20 minutes, just on a low heat. And we're just trying to get that garlic flavour into the milk. So while the milk's infusing, I've peeled the potatoes and now I'm just going to slice them. I want to slice them as thin as you can, really. So mandolin is perfect. If you haven't got a mandolin, just use a knife. Just take your time and get nice thin slices. But mandolin is perfect for this because it's just really quick. Right, so now we'll add some salt into the milk. Just give that a little bit of a stir. And we're just going to pour that over the potatoes. You could just pick out the garlic, but I'm just going to sieve it. And then just stir the potatoes around. All we're trying to do is just get that all of the potato coated in the milk. Right, I'm just going to leave that for maybe 5 minutes. It's still pretty warm from the hot milk. So we'll leave it 5 minutes and then we'll start to put this together. Right, so to cook the potatoes, I'm just using like an 8-inch square, got two there. 8-inch square, 2-inch deep, and then just cut a piece of parchment, and we'll just line the tin. And then we are just going to start laying the potatoes in, really. Pretty simple. And we're trying to lay them in a way so you don't get big sort of voids in it, because the idea of this potato is that it's fairly sort of compact. So avoiding gaps is a good thing. Voids, gaps, holes. You know what I mean. And then we're just going to lay this up until we run out of potato. Right, that's our last ones. That's good. So then get yourself a square of parchment and just lay that on top. And then the other tin that I mentioned earlier, same size, or something as close as you can. And then just squish that down as hard as you can. Press it down. It's just going to sort of compact the layers a little bit. We will be doing it again after it's cooked anyway. And then cover that with tin foil. And then in the oven, 180 degrees C for about an hour. Give or take 5 minutes either way. That's had an hour. So all we want to check is, yeah, when you're pushing your knife, you just use like a dinner knife. When you're pushing it through, if you feel sort of like resistance each layer, if you feel each layer, then it needs a little bit longer, but it should just go through smoothly, and that's finished. So all we want to do now is just put the parchment back on. We just get our tin. We're just going to squash this down. So if you do this while it's hot, it's just going to compact the layers nice and tight. Then it's going to go in the fridge. But what we're going to do, well, we'll let it cool for 10-20 minutes, because I don't want to put something that hot into the fridge. And then what we're going to do, just give me 1 second. What we're going to do is get our tin. Well, what you want to do is put a weight in there. I think if you just put like 4 cans in there, it's going to compress it enough. But if you've got something else, just some weight, that goes in the fridge overnight, and then tomorrow we're going to cut this up and we're going to fry it, and it's going to be beautiful. So they've been in the fridge overnight. And because we've got the parchment, they'll lift out nice and easy. So if we just get rid of that parchment, it's fairly like a solid block in a way, so it's fairly easy to handle. And then we're going to slice it. So you've got a choice really when you're slicing it. You could put it into little cubes. It depends maybe what you're serving it with. I prefer maybe like a longer rectangle. So like sort of, it's going to be about 3 inches long, 1.5 inches wide, and then it's about what, 1 inch high. That seems about right. And then you'd maybe serve 1 or 2 on depending on the dish that you're doing. So first I'm just going to trim the edges, but I'm not going to waste these edges. But I'll just trim as little as possible off, just so we get a nice straight edge. And what I'll do is I'll fry them up, and I'll just eat them myself. So you can see all them layers in there, it's part of what gives you like this beautiful sort of texture when you're eating it. It's still soft, it's going to be soft inside, but you still get this little texture. It's really nice. So then we can just cut it in half, ish, nearly half, and then we'll cut it into pieces about 1.5 inches. And that one's a bit bigger, so what we'll do is we'll make it equal, and then there for me. Right, that's good. Then I'm just going to use vegetable oil to cook these in, to fry them. And you want it fairly hot. Probably around about 170 degrees C. So I'll just get that to temperature, and then we can start frying. Right, oil's to temperature. So all we're going to do is just carefully lower these in. Don't chuck them in like me. You could shallow fry these in just like 1/4 inch of oil, but I find you actually get better results deep frying them. So I can do 4 at a time, should be good. As long as you're leaving space around them, just so they evenly fry. And they're just going to sort of take about 2 minutes. So we'll just turn them sort of halfway through. Left them a little bit long, but that's fine. So they're nearly done. A little bit burnt on the bottom because I left them too long, but see, these days you can get away with things like that because you just say, oh, it's caramelized, it's umami. Right, so they're about ready to lift out, I think. So we'll just lift them onto some kitchen paper just to drain. And then we can do the rest. And there we have it, potato pave. It's such a, I don't know, it's just something really different, and there's probably not that many people, if you've got guests around, who've actually had them. So, you know, it's they are so nice. So when you cut into it, you're still nice and soft and fluffy in the middle, but you've got that crispy outside. But like I say, you've got the textures of the layers, which makes it so nice. So it's like your best roast potato times 2. So there you have it. That's your potato pave, your 15-hour potato, your 1,000-layer potato. 1, 2, 3. There's not 1,000 layers in there, but it's a really good one. Just give it a go. It's like heavenly potatoes, something like that. So remember, I've still got a couple more potato videos coming up soon. Don't miss them. So give us a subscribe, and if you like this video, just give us a like. And I'll see you later for more Just Good Food.